I'm tired. The police officers of Crawford County in Arkansas decided that they were going to pummel and beat a man who was unarmed. They had this man on the ground and were beating him. He wasn't attacking them. He wasn't resisting, but they were using brutal force against this man. I don't understand. Y'all keep saying that police jobs are so hard, that there are good cops out there, yet police have not stopped brutally attacking unarmed black people, unarmed black people, unarmed black people, unarmed black people, unarmed black people. Police have not stopped brutally murdering unarmed black people. Yet we're supposed to be okay with this.
I'm pretty certain by now a bunch of you have seen this video of these 3 cops beating this dude in Arkansas.
New tonight at 10, Arkansas State Police say they've begun an investigation into the use of force used by 2 Crawford County deputies. The incident was captured on video just hours ago outside the Country Express in Mulberry, Arkansas. At around 10:40 this morning, cell phone video caught 2 officers beating who we now know is 27-year-old Randall Worcester of South Carolina. Worcester was transported to a local hospital where he was treated and then taken into custody for second-degree battery, resisting arrest, and a string of other charges. We've chosen tonight not to share the video due to the graphic nature, but if you do want to view it, you can see it on our website at thv11.com. Governor Asa Hutchinson shared his reaction to this video that a lot of you are seeing on our website tonight. Hutchinson said in a tweet, quote, "I've spoken with Colonel Bill Bryant of the Arkansas State Police, and the local arrest incident in Crawford County will be investigated pursuant to the video evidence and the request of the prosecuting attorney." Again, we have chosen not to air this video right now because it appears to show uniformed officers beating a man on the ground pretty graphically. So because of that, it is available on our website for your viewing at thv11.com, and we will continue to provide the very latest updates on this developing story as we learn more.
And I would show the video if YouTube didn't always put a stick in my ass every time I showed violence on my channel, but I can describe it to you. They beat the ever-loving piss out of this dude. And while everybody's going around saying, oh, it's unjustified. Oh, how can you sit here and say we can reform this? Abolish the police. We don't need police in our communities. I'm sitting and wondering, what's the context to this? What led up to this? And I know a bunch of people are going to get mad at me for that, but I would rather have the full context of the situation and craft my own argument instead of just seeing something that's only 30 seconds of information and spewing a hot take when I could be wrong about it. And even with the context added as to why the cop showed up and beat this dude, I really have to ask the question, at what point does excessive come into the situation? Because if you've seen the video, you know they beat the piss out of this dude. But let's get to the context. 3 cops in Arkansas were suspended after a video emerged that showed them brutally beating a detainee. In the TikTok video posted on Twitter, one officer holds the man down to the ground as another repeatedly and relentlessly punches the man's head, and a third forcibly nails him with his knee multiple times in a row. At one point, the officer punching the man in the head lifts the man's head up from the ground and slams it back down into the cement sidewalk as the man tries to protect his head with his hands. The Arkansas State Police are investigating the arrest. I have spoken with Bill Bryant of the Arkansas State Police, and the local arrest incident in Crawford County will be investigated pursuant to the video evidence and the request of the prosecuting attorney. 2 of the officers are deputies with the Crawford County Sheriff's Office, and the third is an officer in the Mulberry Police Department. The Sheriff's Office had requested the state police to investigate. In reference to the video circulating on social media involving 2 Crawford County deputies, we have requested requested that Arkansas State Police conduct the investigation, and the deputies have been suspended pending the outcome of the investigation. I hold all my employees accountable for their actions and will take appropriate measures in this matter. Mulberry City officials also said that the Mulberry police officer was placed on administrative leave pending the outcome of the state investigation. We will take the appropriate actions at the conclusion of the investigation. Here's where the context comes in. The officers were responding to a report of a man making threats to an employee of a convenience store Sunday morning. The man, Randall Worcester of South Carolina, allegedly spat at the worker and threatened to cut off their face. The officers caught up with Worcester, who is 27, who fled on a bike and began a calm and civil conversation with him when he allegedly began to attack one of the deputies, pushing him to the ground. The alleged attack led officers to restrain Worcester and apparently beat him, as shown in the video. There's your context. And I will say, if an officer's trying to figure out a situation and the person they're investigating is coming up calmly and everything's going civil, and then all of a sudden he starts attacking, that would create a situation where the officers have to get physical and detain this person. I said detain because at what point are you going to get him on the ground, subdue him, and put the handcuffs on? Yes, people wiggle around. Yes, people fight when they're getting arrested. But at what point are you going to say, all right, taser, or if you getting physical, because yes, you did allegedly get punched on, at what point are you going to say, all right, I'm going to give you violence back while also doing my job as an officer? And I will say, at no point until they get exposed by somebody who's yelling out and they start looking, do they actually put the handcuffs on this dude. They were beating him like he stole something, and I don't even know if he stole something. So my question to everybody, just like those 8 or 9 officers that all had their guns pointed at one dude who's put them on a car chase, at what point does the word excessive come in this equation? Because yes, you could say this person was being a nuisance. You could say, yes, this person struck first on an officer. But at what point are we all going to collectively say in this video that, all right, damn, that's enough, put the handcuffs on him? Because I can say it's justified up to a certain point, and I could also say this shit was excessive, because constantly kneeing the dude, picking his head up and slamming it into the cement, that's excessive. If he was going around guns blazing, just shooting everything he saw, I would say put him down, and I wouldn't have any problem with it. I wouldn't worry about anybody talking about we got to reform this, abolish this, defund this. I would say it was completely justified. But because it wasn't like that, and it was just him punching an officer, getting him on the ground, and everybody just ganging up on him, I could say at some point we have to call that excessive. But I want to know what everybody else thinks in the comment section down below. Was it excessive? Was it justified? Did they go too far? Did they do not enough? Should they have done more? Subscribe to the channel. Let me know your thoughts. I'll see you in the next one. Goodbye.